This will be a very interesting session on how we could use cutting-edge technologies like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, cloud computing, blockchain, and drones to rescue lives from natural disasters like hurricanes. Let me clarify in the beginning itself that I will not be going deeper into the technical aspects of any of these technologies. I'll be focusing mainly on the capabilities of these technologies in rescuing lives. If you are here to learn about Python programming or configuring IoT devices, then this may not be the right place. But you can learn how these technologies would interact with each other in the real world. Now let's dive into one of the hurricane scenarios. Let's say the National Hurricane Center of the United States has issued a hurricane warning to the Gulf Coast region and say we have 10 days left for the hurricane to land. As of today, there are a lot of weather forecasting models available around the world. I have shown only a few here, like American model, European model, Global Collaborative model, German model, UK model, and Google's Nowcasting model. As you can see, these models are not converging to one specific location. They are spread across many states. That's because they are using different algorithms. Now, to help people during and after a hurricane strike, we need to track them, which means we have to monitor a huge area that is shown by these models. Now, the challenge is, how do we track hundreds and thousands of people in this region in such a short period of time? Today, we are doing it manually. Although there are many efforts to collaborate and crowdsource data, it's pretty much a manual effort. Manual efforts are always time-consuming, incomplete, and prone to errors. I think we can do better. Can we track this entire population automatically in real time and help our rescue organizations to make their operation worthwhile? This is where we bring in 5 cutting-edge technologies to track the population involved. The very first technology that needs to be set up is Internet of Things, or IoT. IoT devices are nothing but sensors that are connected to the internet. I'll be covering this technology in a separate video with real-world examples. But for now, let's understand that this is a trillion-dollar industry, and there are varieties of IoT devices available in the market today. What we need for our hurricane scenario are IoT devices that can do remote monitoring. Fortunately, these kind of devices are already available in the market. They are popularly called as remote patient monitoring devices. This is a huge industry. As of today, there are more than 35 companies who are involved in the services of monitoring patients remotely. These devices would be of immense value during hurricane rescue operations, as they would be capturing many vital signs including body temperature, pulse rate, respiration rate, blood pressure, and so on, along with GPS locations. Now, to track people, these devices have to be shipped to the entire affected population in a short period of time so that we can start tracking. This looks like an impossible task, as shipping takes sometimes more than a week. So this task has to be done much before, probably before the hurricane season itself. It would be worth the effort for the entire population in this Gulf region, who are constantly being hit by hurricanes every year, to have these devices at home. Government or insurance companies could even supply them in advance of hurricane season, so that the dynamic tracking of the population could be done for an effective rescue operation. So if these devices are already at home in this population, whenever a hurricane warning is issued, all they have to do is just wear these devices and self-track themselves so that the rescuers can see them online. Now, in our hurricane scenario, let's say the entire population in this region is already wearing these IoT devices, as the hurricane warning has already been issued and the data is being transmitted to the internet. Now the challenge is storing this huge amount of data. These devices would be producing data every second, and there are thousands of them. This is where we bring in cloud computing technology to store data. Cloud technology is becoming very popular nowadays. Cloud computing is nothing but a rentable space to store and process data. This is very cheap compared to on-premises data store. This is the reason why almost every business in the world is trying to migrate to cloud computing. There are three major companies who are offering cloud computing today: Amazon Cloud, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Cloud. For startups, this is a great platform as the upfront cost is very low. All they have to do is just log into any of these cloud services and create their own data store and pay as they go. It's as simple as that. For our hurricane scenario, along with cloud computing, we would need one more technology called blockchain. You may be wondering, is it the same technology that is being used in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin? You're absolutely right. Bitcoin used to be the only user of this technology, but now there are many businesses using it. I've shown only a short list here, but as of today, there are a number of businesses using it and the list is growing. Electronic medical records are being stored in blockchain. Jewelry records like diamonds are being stored in blockchain to increase their value. Real estate records are being stored in blockchain. Even the university certificates are now being stored in blockchain. One of the main reasons why the world has embraced this blockchain technology is data security. Blockchain is a chain of immutable blocks where data is stored, and these blocks are impossible for hackers to get in. This is the reason why blockchain and bitcoins have become so popular in the world. Many cloud services are already offering blockchain technology along with their services. For our hurricane scenario, we need this blockchain technology because we are going to store people's personal data. Now let's say the hurricane is fast approaching and the governors of these states have issued evacuation orders, and say many have started driving out of these areas. In this scenario, IoT data would be of great value as we can track who have not evacuated, what their medical conditions are, where they are located, so that the authorities could easily find them and assist them in evacuation. As you can see, there is immense amount of data coming in from all IoT devices, and we are looking at millions of records every second. This is where we need to bring in today's greatest technology, artificial intelligence, to process this huge amount of data to track and monitor people. I'll be covering this technology separately in another video. However, for now, let's explore why and how artificial intelligence could be of value during rescue operation. Artificial intelligence is an open-ended algorithm that needs data for training, which means high quality data is very important for AI to work at its best. As AI is capable of processing huge amount of data from various sources, it needs a lot of processing power, and it is best to run it on a cloud platform. Artificial intelligence has three techniques: machine learning, neural networks, and natural language processing. These three techniques are growing very fast in the commercial market. The very first technique, machine learning, is useful when we try to predict the medical needs of the population. Machine learning software could be trained to process data from various sources, including IoT data and electronic medical records of the people. The second technique, which is neural networks, is useful when we try to do facial recognition, voice recognition, object recognition, especially during drone delivery of supplies. Neural networks could also be trained to recognize people, pets, homes, neighborhoods, and even survey the devastation. The third technique, which is natural language processing, is very useful when we try to understand spoken words and written words which have emotions, sentiments, and their context, and even translating languages. Put together, AI is a great tool without which the digital transformation of a hurricane rescue operation would be incomplete. So now we have all technologies converging into cloud platform. We have blockchain running on cloud, capturing data from IoT devices. We have AI algorithm running on cloud, taking data from blockchain and electronic medical records of the individuals. With this enormous data set, AI can not only monitor people and their health, it can also accurately produce a list of supplies needed like food, water, medications for the population. This kind of real-time report would be of immense value to authorities to procure and store supplies. For efficient monitoring of these supplies, it has to be managed by AI. For AI to manage these supplies, one of the basic requirements is that the supply boxes must have IoT devices attached to them so that AI can track them and monitor them. You may have heard of horror stories of life-saving supplies being misplaced during manual rescue operations. Human errors are bound to happen in highly stressful manual rescue operations. Such incidents could be substantially reduced or even eliminated during digital rescue operations, depending on how well AI is trained and the level of quality data that is being captured. Quality data is very important for AI as it learns from it. Garbage in, garbage out. Without quality data, AI would not be of much value here. Another great capability of AI is it can be trained to fly and navigate an army of drones to deliver these supplies. As IoT devices are attached to both supplies and to people themselves, it would be easy for AI to custom deliver these supplies. However, AI needs to be well trained for drone delivery. As AI training is time consuming, this has to be done much before the hurricane season itself. Now let's say a hurricane has finally landed. The first thing that would happen is power failure and internet outage. This is where AI could send drones that are attached with battery operated internet routers, gateways, relays, so that internet could be established and tracking continues. AI can also be trained to control drones to rescue people. Good news is that many rescue organizations are already using them to pull people to safety, but they are not controlled by AI yet. What we need are drones that are fully controlled by AI to make the operation fully autonomous so that they can be deployed anywhere in the world to save more lives. To achieve this, what we need is extensive use of IoTs. We have bits and pieces of data all over the place, and we have efficient drones as well. What we need is to bring all these together to train AI to make the system fully autonomous. A well-trained AI survey would also help government agencies and the insurance companies in disaster assessment and claim processing. Today, they are still being done manually. Now, after the hurricane has come and gone, leaving behind devastation, the most painful part is rehabilitation. Especially for people who have lost their homes, it would take months or even years before they could get back to their normal lives. This is where we need to bring in yet another great technology called 3D printing, which can build houses in 24 hours at the fraction of the cost of traditional homes. Right now, there are more than 50 companies around the world in this business of 3D printing houses. This technology would be of enormous value during rehabilitation. Not only the houses can be built quickly, the financial burden would be less, be it any organization, insurance companies or federal government or state government. All right, guys, we are almost coming to the end of this presentation. Before winding up, let's take a quick look at the challenges of such a digital transformation. The manual rescue operations that we are doing today are hard and risky. Hats off to those rescuers who are risking their own lives to save others. All this would change if we could digitize our rescue operations, be it hurricane or any natural disaster for that matter. However, digital transformation has its own challenges. Let me remove all the clutter and show you just the technologies that we need for a digital transformation. As you can see, the core technology that we need is IoT. We need lots of IoT devices, and they need to be mass produced to lower their costs. We need multiple skill sets from AI programming all the way to IoT hardware setup, from blockchain configuration all the way to drone training. All this would come with high cost, but is worth it. The accuracy and efficiency of digital rescue would outweigh the cost and efforts. many folds. Also, let's not forget the fact that AI is just an algorithm and could make mistakes. However, what is fascinating about AI is that it learns from its own mistakes, because every mistake it does become part of its own historical data set. So it keeps looking back at its own data set and keeps learning. So year after year, AI can only become better. We will be missing a lot of such digital data capturing opportunities if we are not using cutting edge technologies during rescue operations. Today, we are doing most rescue operations manually, and we are losing out on vital digital data. The earlier we transform digitally, the faster AI learns. Let's change our focus a bit and make it more rational. The whole world is being carried away by the fancy term AI. AI is just an algorithm and has no value without data. For any digital transformation, IoT is much more important as it produces data. This is what we are lacking today, not the AI. We need smart and cheap IoTs. If you look at our hurricane scenario, we need IoTs everywhere. We need IoTs to track people. We need IoTs to track supplies. Even drones are filled with IoT sensors and actuators. Without IoTs, AI cannot navigate them. So it all comes down to IoT devices, and AI would automatically evolve along with the data. So our story begins with IoT and ends with IoT. Though our digital transformation appears to depend on AI, we need to focus on IoT, and AI would naturally follow. If you look at the future of this digital transformation, it has all the potential to become a fully automated system. Humans are certainly needed to design, install, and configure. However, once this digital transformation is complete, the technology could be shared around the world and a lot of lives could be saved. There is nothing more gratifying than that. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this presentation. Please leave your comments and feedbacks and subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.